U7 Buy provides the most convenient, fastest, and safest way to upgrade your team with numerous positive reviews and verified by top creators from different countries with 24/7 online customer support. Now you can enjoy an extra free coins for every order. Don't miss the opportunity for up to 4 million free coins. Use my code Inception for another 8% off. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and I think there's like 2 videos to do today because the SBC player stuff, they always release garbage for some reason. But we are going to go ahead and talk about the new Chelsea team, right? And we're going to talk about the evolution as well, because that one should be an interesting one for people because of some of the choices that you could potentially go with as well. So first off, we are going to check out this Chelsea team because obviously it's important to take a look at a squad that has the right meta things to be able to perform really well in this game, right? So the first card that we have here is going to be the Cole Palmer card, who gets the Finesse Shot Plus, the Incisive Pass, and the Low Driven Shot, which is definitely very nice. He has the first touch to work with a Low Driven, Incisive and a Finesse as a 5-star player. And yeah, so it's the important things here where they make these cards significantly better to play with because it has to compensate, right? So you don't have like a press proven on the card, but first touch and a technical with 99 for dribbling stats is a huge improvement because that's always the downfall of his card, right? Like obviously people look at these cards nowadays like, oh, 99 dribbling. No, cards can have 99 dribbling and not have like super crazy left stick. A really good example of this is one of the years, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, Musiala had 99 dribbling and he did not have one of the best left sticks in the game. There was a Grealish card this year that probably had a better left stick during that time period. It was this card right here during that time period than that 99 dribbling Musiala did last year, right? So there's always like different reasons as to why a person has like really good left stick or doesn't have good left stick, right? So in his case, very important to give him this because he's a taller player, right? I expect his dribbling to be a little bit better, but it's a few things here and there that I like because a card like this, honestly, I'm looking at it from like an inside forward and shadow striker perspective, right? I think with both, he would definitely do a really, really nice job. And I do like how he's generally formatted. He still looks like someone you would probably give like a Hunter to, I would say, but yeah, no, he definitely looks really nice. Very good improvement for him. Pedro Neto, they're kind of reminding me of the evolution version when it comes to this card, because at some points there was this card that was actually a pretty solid SBC, even though EA on purpose made the dribbling worse, because you know how it is with them on SBCs this year. They're like, oh, do this SBC, then you put them into an evolution. You know the vibes there, right? But this Pedro Neto card has way better base card stats for dribbling. The shooting, pace, and physicals formatted nicely so that you could, I guess, give him a Hawk chemistry style to still increase those things. Meta-wise, again, same things as to why he performs really well. He has the low driven shot. He has the finesse shot. So you can kind of work with those things when it comes to goal scoring capabilities, right? So he looks phenomenal, to be honest. Like having a 5-star weak foot to shoot across, and then you could still use him, I think, in different positions. Yeah, so he can play right wing, right mid. Striker's more for false 9 if you want to utilize finesse shots, but he still has the inside forward for the left wing position too. And 4-2-1-3 is still one of the better formations in the game too, so it still works out really well if you kind of wanted to go down that route. So meta-wise, these two look very solid so far. Pedro Neto looks fantastic. Caicedo, they gave him a bruiser. I think they did the same thing to this card. No, they didn't. They gave intercept, paint pass. Do you have anticipate? I mean, this card they kind of formatted horribly. Not horribly. I'm not going to say horribly. Bruiser is nice for aggressive. Oh, he has Anticipate Plus. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I'm blind, guys. Sometimes my vision is not work properly. Yeah, okay. So they gave him some pretty good improvements then. Improvements to the point where you don't necessarily have to improve his defending. That's pretty cool. Because you can go on the route to giving him a Hunter. And then if you like playing with 3 midfield setup, whether that's like a 4-5-1 or 4-3-3, we recently just did a review for a 4-3-3. He looks pretty cool on that box-to-box role specifically, I would say. I also think he would not be bad as a holding player, just the more like agile sort of player, right? I do prefer having like a Patrick Vieira type of dude there, tall, more physical, but like even still, this is a good upgrade, right? Like you get 3 pretty relevant playstyles. Bruiser works with the Anticipate Plus, so that's actually really solid. And then he has a base quick step, which is important for defending as well. And then if you actually have to get into attacking opportunities, he could potentially score that as well. So very nice on that upgrade as well. Enzo, let's see what my boy Enzo looks like. Okay, so the dislikes come from him not having an intercept. Yeah, his intercept's pretty important in the midfield position. When you don't have that, you probably have to provide that for him if they do something like that in the future. That's probably why his price is a little bit lower. Caicedo is like maintaining a higher price because play styles wise has more stuff, right? Enzo, a card like this in the beginning of the year, when long pass was like the biggest thing, like long pass was so good to use that there was people that used Bruno Fernandes as a center mid on a long ball pass because it was so good. That play style was disgusting, right? Even if he didn't have that many defensive capabilities, people would still do that. And they did that for a while, right? So I think his passing would be fantastic, but lacking in that specific playstyle, I'm not really sure why they went down that route. But again, it's still pretty nice with the 5-star improvement. With the pace boost, you get a nice little acceleration, sprint speed, and defensive boost on the card, which definitely looks really cool for how he generally looks. But probably not going to be like as super interesting for people, right? I think like the mainstream, like these two are definitely going to be the main ones that people are going to be taking a look at the most for sure. Sancho could be cool. So he has a driven shot and a regular finesse, I'm guessing. You know, I'm going to be real with you, man. I'm surprised they didn't give him the finesse shot plus because of the goal that he technically scored in the Conference League final, right? Like it's a cut inside and then finesse or power strike. I mean, it's like one or the other. I guess you can kind of call it the two, to be honest with you. They always format this card's shot power low. It's like they have a slider at the studios and they put that slider up for some of these cards because you got to give him more shot power, I think. I don't know why it's so low on the card. Because if it's that low, I think you got to give him like, what, a sniper? Because I think a sniper is like a plus 15 in that. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm thinking like back in the old days. What about the Deadeye? Does the Deadeye give it to him? Oh, Deadeye gives a plus 12, so... Yeah, but then the pace, you're not improving. What about a Hunter? What does a Hunter do for that? Only a plus 4. Yeah, so they a little bit oddly formatted for this one too. But playstyle is definitely pretty decent for him, I would say. He has a pinged pass. He has incisive. Yeah, regular finesse. This card could still cook in game. And hopefully he has the right mid stuff. He does have the right mid stuff. That's like the main one, right? So if you're using driven shot, you have him on the right-hand side. The only thing that he lacks for that touch into the driven shot is going to be the first touch playstyle, which he does not have, right? So that's... People are pretty accurate. Like they're not accurate all the time with the like to dislike ratio, but for the most part, like they kind of have a good idea. Ooh, Jackson could be really nice. Does he have a low driven at least? No, of course. See, that's where the like to dislike. People are smart. People are smart. I'm telling you. Yeah, I think driven is just too important to not give, right? But I'm looking at like rapid finesse and first touch. I'm like, oh, dude, if they give him like a base low driven, like he's crazy. Which they should. He's a striker, but it is what it is, right? Engine chemistry style would make him a controlled player. So this is kind of like, this is almost like a Gyökeres 2.0 minus the driven shot, which I think is pretty important to work with, I would say, right? Pace, shooting, and physical boost you could do for the general improvements. I think a basic might be the go-to for him, to be honest, just because it keeps him at a lengthy, but you actually improve pretty important stats when it comes to dribbling. So honestly, not really against this one, right? Only against it from the sense of like not having a driven shot. I think having a driven shot is pretty important, right? But we move on. Gusto, so he gets direct passing, he gets a rapid and a block, and then he has intercept basic. No anticipate on this card. 5-star, 5-star, 5'10". I guess a sentinel vibe for him. He could be decent, even if he doesn't have like certain play styles, because the stat improvements are so drastic that it could compensate a little bit. Because intercept, I think, is really huge, to be honest. Defenders need intercept. I would put the intercept plus on every single one of them. But yeah, he looks okay. He looks okay. I wish they gave him a quick step, though. Quick step would have been a very huge compensator for lack of pace for someone that's not a lengthy player, who's a controlled, playing the right back position. But could be pretty cool to use on the attack because I figured they'd give him like some of the attacking stuff. But he still has like false back, fullback plus, so they still gave him a few things here and there. Let's see this card here. So Adarabioyo. This guy had, I think he had didn't he have a different, oh, I see the season, the level 10, season level 10 card from the objective. So he has intercept, anticipate, bruiser, aerial. Okay. See, he doesn't have block, but I still feel like he'd be a beast, man, because he's 6'5", tall and lean. Good reactions and composure. It's not in a bad area also. And then he's actually well formatted for not an anchor, because I don't care about that physical boost if I'm not going to boost that pace as much as possible. Or you give him an engine. You can literally do that if you want. The base stuff for defending is actually not in a horrible area, but I think improving it a little bit might be more ideal. Even if you give that small little pace upgrade, I think with the lengthy, on a mostly lengthy, it would still be preferable, right? But yeah, he has passing stuff, jockey to work with, and anticipate, and a bruiser. Aerial, it could be good if you go for like the corner kick stuff, and then maybe some opportunities if someone actually like tries to do like a goal kick or something, but people don't really often do crosses as much. It's not really like a main thing, right? Marc Cucurella, so left back, left mid, and then intercept, jockey, tiki taka, anticipate, press, proven. So why is he disliked a lot? Biggest robbery in football history. Are they talking about the Germany game, or did they? I didn't watch the conference league, so I don't know if they actually did something in that game for them to say that. But I'm a little bit more confused with the dislikes on this one, because he actually doesn't look bad. This. I mean, he has quick step to compensate for controlled. 3 of the play styles are still pretty good. I like tiki taka anywhere. I don't care where it is, honestly. Tiki taka. Well, center backs I prefer to have all 4 actual defensive ones, and to be fair, fullbacks probably as well. But tiki taka is always going to be nice to have, right? I mean, for fun, you could use him as a left mid if you want, but it's left mid if you play 3 back. It's not really left mid if you play a 4-4-2 or something, right? But yeah, I mean, probably like an anchor flex for him. You have a quick step to compensate for pace. Looks well formatted. Still looks pretty usable, right? Intercept, anticipate, all there. So can't really go wrong with that. Madueke, finesse, technical, and a quick step. Yeah, so he's like that basic like meta, use on the right hand side and then go for finesse shots type deal. I think with him, they probably could have given him a press proven. I know that his dribbling is definitely a certain way from a base mechanic perspective. 6 foot tall on him. Probably a card you would give like a finisher chemistry style to, I would say. Nice little finisher to increase dribbling, shooting, physicals in a decent area. But yeah, one of those ones where I think it'll keep going down in price. But for Chelsea fans, looks pretty cool to use meta-wise for sure. Yo, look at this Chalobah card. Or Chalobah. I think people should be talking about this card more. Why is this card not higher in the list? He looks fantastic. Intercept and anticipate, but still has jockey, block, bruiser, relentless, aerial. This looks amazing. Yeah, he maintained price a little bit. You know, obviously it's a release, but like you could tell when the cards are going to maintain, especially at a 5-star capability. This card looks fantastic. You know what? Looks really solid. This one for sure. I like to improve the defense regardless. For me personally, I think that's going to always be important. Chalobah looks really good, though. That's a really good improvement for him. Jorgensen, goalkeeper, he has, I mean, the main things that you would look at is footwork, far throw, and incisive, but goalkeepers you would have to check out in game. Footwork could kind of block out those driven shots, but I guess it just depends on the situation, really. Marc, let's see here. So he gets an aerial, a driven, and a pinged pass, and then a regular finesse shot while being 5-star, 5-star. You know what's really crazy about these ones is that I guess some people will have like really cool evolution versions of some of these cards that they didn't expect to get like any sort of card in the future. But he still looks pretty cool. I'd probably give him a hunter as well. Increased pace and shooting, and usability wise, he's all there, right? He has the advanced forward plus plus. They gave plus plus for everything, so that's pretty important for these types of cards. Definitely looks really cool in that regard. We have George, who was, I think it was like an objective card. Yeah, so George, I guess, I don't know if that card gets the upgrade, but We got Badiashil. I forgot his name, to be honest. No anticipate for a center back. I'm already like, you know. Colwill has anticipate, long ball, tiki-taka, jockey, block, intercept, aerial, and incisive pass. Incisive pass for him? Incisive pass is not super necessary, but what I'm actually looking at when it comes to this card, honestly, is really good left back capabilities. Yeah, controlled lengthy with an anchor, really good pace at 97, good physical defense, and then dribbling all in a really good area for just general things. Like, this actually looks like a really solid left back, to be honest, because I can't remember the last time I shot with a left back, so I couldn't care less about his shooting being low, right? As long as he has fullback plus. Yeah, fullback plus, he actually looks really solid. Center back, I think he'd be pretty decent too, but it's the play styles. The play styles are very like left back oriented. Like incisive pass, I don't think I really use that much as a center back, but as a fullback, yeah, you definitely would use incisive pass way more. And then last but not least, we have Dewsbury-Hall, who gets an improvement as well. Press proven tiki-taka. Oh, this is the one that people did from the objectives as well. Gotcha. Yeah, he looks like a good center mid. Definitely lacks an anticipate. Anticipate would be really important for him. I think there was like evos that people probably did that probably improved him to be like really, really nice. But I think regardless, a lot of really cool cards. I think the top choices make the most sense for popularity. I think Palmer and Neto are going to be like the big ones. Defenders don't trend as high. Oh, Reece James is here. I almost forgot about this guy. You have a quick step? Yeah, they know that they have to give that. They know. Do you have a base quick step? Yeah, of course you don't. Yeah, they know that they have to give quick step. For players that are controlled, you got to increase the pace, the defense, the physical to be well-rounded, and then you have like good base play styles. That's pretty much what you have to look at all the time when it comes to these types of cards. So he looks pretty good too, but let's see if I forgot anybody else here. Madueke, Gusto. I think I'm covered. But yeah, the ones that are trending make the most sense for sure. There's some center backs that I feel like could be really good. Like Chalobah looks like he could be really solid under the right circumstances. I think Colwill as a left back has a lot of potential. Left back Colwill would be really, really sick. So a couple things to look at here and there. But yeah, maybe we do the review for Palmer and Neto tomorrow morning. We'll see, because obviously we have to let these cards kind of settle in price. I know I didn't do the review for the Spurs players, because I think the main one to review would have been probably Heung-min Son, but yeah, there's no situation where I'm going to get this whole team and make a video on that, because I don't know if we'll do the review for it. I guess it depends, right? I think people would still be interested in these cards because they do look really cool. Like Neto looks well formatted, but we'll see. We'll see what the vibes are when the time comes. But yeah, a really nice team, pretty cool upgrades. A few things missing here and there to make them like proper cards to use. For some of the cards, like, you know, you got to give an anticipate to a center back. That's just a base, right? But yeah, we'll leave it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'm going to go ahead and check out the evolution. Peace out, my dudes. Love you guys.